it is really important to get paid for your time and efforts, and if you're still doing it all for free, then my friend, make sure you watch this video until the end and your mind changes. I just hope. Hello and welcome everyone to Books with Sakshi. I really hope you are doing great. I posted a video 2 weeks back which was about how you can make money as a reader. In case you have not watched that video, make sure you watch that video because this video is like in the continuation, and like not exactly, but in that video I talked about how you can make money as a reader, like the ways of it, and I've talked about everything in there. So make sure you watch that video in case you have not. In today's video I'm actually going to take you deeper into how to work with the authors, how to get paid, like the whole process of working with the authors, and my own experience, the things to do and not to do, all those kind of things I'm going to just blend in this one video so that it's helpful for you, and I really hope it helps you. So basically I've been doing it since 2020 when the COVID started, and that was the time when I started my Bookstagram account. Like I already had that account, but I used it for some other purpose, and I am reading books before that, but it was in 2020 that I decided that okay, I'm going to post about books, and I did not really know that there was a community out there about books only. So I later discovered about it, but in 2020 I started, and within starting, like after 3 to 4 months, or like 2 to 3 months only after starting, I started monetizing it, and I started working with the authors, and I started getting paid for talking about their books, because I already had an audience of around 7,000 back then on my Instagram. And in case you have not followed me on my Instagram, you can go ahead and follow me. But anyway, so I already had like a very decent amount of followers, like 7,000 back then. So it was easier for me to charge the authors and saying that, I'll promote their book and review their book on my platform. And so that's how I started. So in today's video I'm just going to take you like step by step how you can work with authors, and how to get paid for it, and how to not do it all for free. So basically, as I said, that I had around 7,000 followers at that time. I would actually suggest that at least have around 1,000 to 1,500 minimum followers before you go and approach the authors, because these days Instagram reach is like very low, and I don't know what is there with the algorithm and everything, but at least have like minimum of 1,000 2,000 followers before you go around and approach authors, because they would definitely look at the size of the followers. Once you're confident about your profile and your content which you post, I guess you really need to be so confident about what you're posting before approaching someone. So you can now go and start approaching the authors, and not just wait around for authors to approach you, because initially I feel like now I get approached by many authors because I have been doing this for a very long time, and my posts have reached to so many people, and so there are like also tags in my post and my tags in the bio, so it's easier for authors to approach me. And that also reminds me that please optimize your profile well. I'm not going to talk about optimization here, but just make sure that your profile is SEO optimized properly so that it becomes easier for people to reach out to you. But initially you need to approach to authors because they do not know that you exist, right? So you need to be visible, you need to go out and approach the authors. So a very easy way is to just approach them by either going to the publishers accounts and seeing what all books are like recently released, and from there you get authors accounts, or from just by using this searching this hashtag of like debut books, debut authors, or like pre-order, or like a recent release, new release, like those kind of hashtags. You get the drill, right? you just go and you will see post of authors, and maybe their book has recently released, or maybe their book is about to release. So you can go to their profile, and now comes the main part, that you do not just send them a hi, because they are not going to respond to your hi. Even I do not respond to anyone's hi or hello unless they have a long message followed by that. So do not just say them like hello, how are you, or stuff like that. Frame a proper pitch, a proper professional pitch that you will send to every author you are going to approach. So now pitch is basically a proposal which you are going to make for yourself. You can search about it online, you can take some keywords and some tips from that. But how your pitch should be, it should first of all include like greetings, obviously, hi, hello, xyz. Then second, tell about yourself, who are you, like just your name and what you are doing, like you're a blogger, you're a reviewer, whatever you want to call yourself. Just tell them about that. Just like in just 1 to 2 lines, just brief about yourself. Tell them how you can help them, because obviously if you're coming to me, I would like to know how you can help me. So similarly think it in this way only, that tell the author about yourself, all of this in just one pitch. Okay. So also include how you can help them, and lastly also give a hint that this is going to be like a paid collaboration, and this is not at all like a free service, so that they do not have any doubts regarding that it's a free service or something like that. And lastly, just concluded by saying that if they're interested, they can definitely reply you back, and you can take this conversation further. And like these are just few points which should be there, and this is not how you have to write, but I'm just telling you the points that should be there in your pitch. So then you go and you send the pitch to the authors, and not every author is going to respond to you. They are not going to reply to you, obviously. Earlier and even today, I face a lot of rejections, and like that's totally fine, because not everyone wants what I have to offer them. It's like very simple. So there is nothing like feeling sad or rejected about this thing. But just go and pitch, and if they reply, good. Take the conversation further. Tell them that okay, it's a paid collaboration, and I have like this and that services, and if you would be interested, I'll send across them. And now it's your call whether you want to send it to their mail, whether you want to send it right there, or wherever you want to send it. Just tell them TM. So then send your services. Now for services also have something like a little organized, because you cannot type it like again and again. And even with pitch, just have it saved somewhere in your notes or somewhere. So with the services also, like where you're going to review their book. Okay, so their basic requirements, as I have already talked about in my previous video, is Instagram, Amazon, and Goodreads. They want their book to be reviewed on these 3 platforms. So these are like mandatory, you have to post on these platforms. Other than that, if you also have a YouTube channel, or if you're opening one, you can also add YouTube in your services. Other than that, it's all your creativity, how you're going to review their book, how you can just charge them according to the services you're providing. You can be as creative as possible. It's totally your call, and just list down all your services like in a very organized way, like this service and that's what you'll charge, like stuff like that. And that's it. You just send it to them. If they agree to something, they'll just tell you about it, they'll pay for it. And one more thing I would like to add here is that have terms and conditions properly stated if you're working with a particular author. Like okay, if they have agreed with some of your services and they would like to go for it, have a proper like terms and conditions thing, and just tell them. So I have this review policy which clearly states that my reviews are unbiased, and I also do constructive criticism if needed. So later when I post the review, and if the author does not like it, because maybe there was something like I did like constructive criticism, so the author does not have any say in it, because the author has already agreed for it. So, like, constructive criticism does not mean like I'm going to trash the book, but it's just simply that, if there is something I did not like in the book, I'm going to say it in my review. Just because I'm being paid for it does not mean that, I'm going to post like a negative, I'm going to post only like the positive things about this book. Because first of all, I have to be loyal to my audience. I have to post what's the good thing, what's the bad thing in everything. So I am not going to lie to my audience. If it's a bad book, I'm going to say it's a bad book. If it's a good book, I'm going to scream all over my Instagram and say it's a good book. So having a review policy really 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 helps you a lot. Also, I always take payments in advance because it is how it is, and this is what I've been doing since the beginning, because I really do not want to take like 50% or like just the whole payment after the work is done. I take 100% advance payment, and this is what has worked for me, because honestly, and since the beginning I've done it, because honestly you do not know whether the author is going to clear the funds or not once the review is done. I'm not saying that authors are not trustworthy, but you just do not want to take the risk, because you're really going to put in effort and time in reading the book, in reviewing the book, and you really do not want to, feel cheated at the end if something like that occurs. So I would also advise you to take payments in advance, and I take 100% payments. It's your call what you want to do, but this is what I would advise. And that's it. And one more thing is there that I include in my review policy, which is the timeline, because the authors need to know the timeline in which I'm going to post their review. So I have a policy of like taking around 1 month, and if there's something urgent, I definitely tell the author about it. And yes, like once you start, there are going to be your own terms and conditions, but I guess these are like some basic conditions and terms which you should definitely have in your policy. And I guess that is it. This is like the whole process of working with the authors, and I have like shared everything from my experience. So I think I'm not missing out on anything, because first of all, though I don't script my videos, so I just hope I'm not missing out on anything. But I guess majorly I've covered everything. But still, in case you have any doubts, do drop your doubts in the comment section below. I would like to know them, and I would like to answer your queries in the best way possible. And that is it for today's video. If you like this video, then please give this video a thumbs up, and also do subscribe to my channel, hit that bell icon, and also do share it with your reader friends, or whoever you want to share it with. For those this video is going to be helpful, do share, and I'll see you in the upcoming videos. Until next time, take care, keep reading.